Public Q&A presents AskReddit question. Serious, what do you need to get off your chest right now? My wife passed away recently and today is our anniversary. I have told PPL not to bother me today because I want to look at pictures, listen to music we both enjoyed, and get drunk. One of her friends has called me 7 times today, and I got really short with her at call 2. I turned my phone off. Some people just don't get it. I am not suicidal, I am not depressed, I just want to have a private day with the memories of my beautiful lady. Damn straight you deserve it. My biggest fear is losing my husband. He pulled me out of the darkest place I have been in my life, and I know that if I were to lose him, especially unexpectedly, that I probably wouldn't survive it. I am going to cuddle him a little harder tonight. I lost 60 pounds so far, but I have been spiraling the past month with bad eating choices and not exercising anymore. I am terrified of gaining all the weight back, but I feel so drained and lifeless lately. I need to do whatever I can to muster up the will to keep losing weight. Edit. Thanks so much for the advice and kind words, everyone. Maybe don't focus on losing right now, and instead focus on maintaining. If you're concerned with gaining based on your current actions, then maintaining would be a win, right? Life is hard right now, and sometimes we need to set different goals to accommodate the things we can't control. Maybe start with some meal planning. Or a walk every day. Or increase water intake. A single change can make all the difference. I find that once I gain hold of one thing, no matter how small, my confidence grows and I can take on other things. Give yourself a little grace, you can do this. Edit. Thank you for all the awards. Glad my words are able to bring a little support and encouragement. Great and simple advice. Like, so simple, why the heck have I not thought of it like that? I am so tired all the time. I am sad and stressed, and I think I made too many mistakes in my career path. I don't know what I want to do, but it's not what I have done, or what I am doing. My self-esteem has taken a complete dive. In sum, I don't like myself very much. Edit. I am blown away by all the support. I am doing my best to read and respond to comments and messages. Thank you all. Heavy black heart, heavy black heart, heavy black heart. I am a career changer too. I know I have it in me to be successful, but I feel like more and more of a failure with all of the different experiences I have accumulated. It's like I am not allowed to be proud of any of my victories because the path isn't a straight line, if that makes sense. In any case, I just want you to know you aren't alone. I hope you find something you enjoy doing. Hey there, carbon copy of myself. I have so many degrees that I don't use, but feel like I might be on the right path with pursuing nursing. Took me a long time to figure out that I am a man of procedural work. I am a creative, but I can't be one for work. I need to have an XYZ path to completion. Took me a long time to figure that out about myself, but I am crossing my fingers this is the right choice. Lots of variables, but there is a procedure to follow. I think a lot of people are in this situation. Social and traditional media makes out like everyone but you has your shit together. They don't. The world is made up of people walking into rooms pretending to know what they are doing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Try to build some new interests or hobbies. So many people can't name a hobby they enjoy apart from spending time on the internet. Hobbies are really important. You can do this, buddy. I am proud of you. Lately, most days I run on autopilot. The only thing that keeps me going is the idea that if I were to die, my wife would be in shambles. Not to say that she can't provide for herself, she's totally capable of that. But if I were gone, then she'd be an absolute mess and unable to care for herself. I'm so worn out that I don't look forward to waking up every day. I don't like letting others see me be weak, so I try to maintain a facade of resiliency. Got to be a pillar of support for those who need it more than I do. Edit. I want to say thank you for everyone who has offered their opinions or advice. I messaged my wife before I went to bed last night about how my day was and she offered nothing but love and understanding support. Never doubted that she would. She's amazing. I have been trying for years to make myself vulnerable around her, and I feel like I am slowly getting there. Baby steps, y'all. Thank you all again, from the bottom of my heart. I didn't expect so much love from y'all. Hey buddy, it will get better. Have you tried talking to her about this? You both are in this together and support each other. She knows I have some less than optimal mental health days. I have a hypoactive thyroid gland, and from what my doctors tell me, it's likely the cause behind these emotions. I take medicine to pick up the slack of my thyroid, but some days it isn't enough. Still, I don't like telling her all the details because in my heart of hearts, I want to be strong for her. Ah yeah, that's what happened to my grandpa when I was in his 30s, I think my grandma told me. He had a lot of mood swings, and it was difficult to adjust. They finally started talking more about it, and his feelings, and it just strengthened their relationship even more. They were married for a long time. Good on you for taking your medicine, that's the first step. But you should try having that open dialogue, it can really help. Your heart can only be so strong, you'll all be even stronger if you can share the weight with her. You're likely right about that. Thanks for the support or advice, friend. I am messaging her now about how today went. No problem, friend. Good luck, I am rooting for you. Some days like these, I am really proud of this community. Yes. Letting her know how you feel and allowing her to help you is the best pillar of support you can be for her. I am sure she wants a partner that is honest and speaks about issues rather than suppressing and feeling down. Let her be strong for you so you can be strong for her. Great advice. My partner is going through a bad depressive period but unwilling to talk about it without freaking out or shutting down in anger if he opens up at all. It's driven me to a pretty bad place mentally myself because I feel so useless to him. I would be incredibly grateful if I could help, even if just by listening, and it would make me feel so much more secure in our relationship. Hope it also helps you feel better to be able to share this with her. You need to read this study. Web address. You don't have to be strong. Continued stress can lead to PTSD and symptoms that can lead to despondency and despair. I have been there and am still there, technically. You got to ask for help or at the very least admit to people you trust what's going on, even just a little. Your physical health is important, and I would suggest taking some diagnostic tests to find out what could be wrong. You may have neurotransmitter imbalance that could lead to hypothyroidism due to serotonin and dopamine issues. You could have nutrient deficiencies. Better to try than to just wait and die. It's okay to not be okay. I am sending you hugs from all across the world, and I know it will get better soon. I just started my bachelor's degree, and I am really excited about it. I feel like I am in the right place. Thing is, I miss my father so much these days, more than usual. We had a lot of common interests in the field I am studying, and even though I am surrounded by people who are just as passionate about this as me, it's really not the same. I miss his enthusiasm, our discussions, and just him as a supporting father. Cancer sucks so hard. I am so sorry to hear you lost your father. Cancer is a cruel and fickle bitch. I can't begin to understand, but there's a place I enjoy called subreddit Pep Talks with Pops. Thank you for introducing me to this, it's so unbelievably wholesome. I might take some time to post there eventually. My estranged mother has sent me emails that she is going to kill herself on my birthday, and that I don't love her. I can't keep contact with her because I don't have the capacity to handle her mental illness, and don't want to fear if she will try to strangle me again. It still hurts to read those emails because I gave up so much to take care of her and my little sister. Edit. Thank you all for the awards, reassurances, and the affirmations. I really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. I didn't expect this comment to garner so much attention at all. I haven't talked to my mom in a little over a year now. The emails are the only thing she can send me, but I never respond to them. I will continue not responding to them. My birthday is in 5 days, so we'll know soon enough if she goes through with killing herself or not. My wording of the comment may have led some of y'all to believe my sister is part of the crazy. She is not. She is actually doing really well. A lot happier now that our mom is out of the picture. She's finishing high school and working to save money for her future. Thank y'all again for everything. Speaking as someone who has recently cut ties with their mother again, you can't fix her. We hurt and feel guilty because it's our mothers. At the end of the day, we need to do what's best for us first, but we still grieve the relationship we wish we had. I've decided to think it like this. If she were anyone else in my life, treating me the way she does, anyone would tell me to let her go, and they would be right. If you haven't already, I would suggest putting the emails in one folder. When you're ready, maybe next week, maybe 10 years, they'll be there. And if you feel okay about it, maybe forward the emails to a social worker you know in her town. They may be able to get her help, and you at least will have the feeling that you did your best to stop her from self-harm. Even if you don't do that though, it's not your responsibility. She has her own agency, and you have your own life. I lost my emotionally abusive mother to sudden heart failure a few years ago, and it was a relief. I don't feel good about feeling that relief, but know that you're not alone. I needed to read this more than I need anything else right now. Thank you, sincerely. As heartless as it is, if she says she's going to do it on your day, she actually sounds like she is just being manipulative for you to break your no contact. If she almost strangled you and still won't get help, there's nothing else you can do. I am so sorry, and I hope your sister is doing okay. If you're worried you don't have to talk to her, you can tip the police that someone gave you a date that they are going to kill themselves. They'll check it out. It may seem heartless to say this, but it's her own damn problem if she chooses not to seek help. I made a new friend today, and I am ecstatic over it. People think I am being weird, but not having friends for 8 years was horrible. I love my GF, but sometimes you just need your friends. Edit. Thank you so much for all the awards, guys. I am super happy right now. How did you make a new friend? My husband is my best friend, but I really wish he could have some guy friends. Heck, even stay out late at night, I wouldn't mind. It's a lot of work and putting yourself out there, which can be tough for some people. That said, I think it's incredibly important to go alone and do hobbies you really enjoy. Being a couple, it's a lot harder to be invited places. I am happy to hear that. My mom always told me to try and make a new friend every day. Good for you, buddy. Make a new friend every day? Well, that sounds horrifying. That's just impossible. Probably why Op said try. Currently in year 2 of this. Moved states, everything is going well. Except this whole IRL friendship deal. I am in the same boat. Moved to a small town in different state because of a job opportunity. The pandemic happened, so it feels like making a friend is near impossible. I can't freaking find a job. Edit. Thanks for your suggestions, truly. You guys made my day. There's few people one can talk about these things. Wish you all the best. Same. It's literally the most fucking frustrating thing in the world. I need money. I just graduated with my BS. I need to fucking survive. WTF. Anyway, I feel you. I wish it were easier. I hate my job. I hate my profession. I don't want to do it anymore, but I owe so much in loans I can't escape. I have considered faking my death and leaving the country just to get away from it. Web address. If you're male, required to assume new identity for first 5-year tour. 20 days of vacation time in the first year. And 45 days after 3 years. My dad did this in 1985. They didn't change his identity, but they did wipe his criminal record. Lifestyle was tough, but otherwise the structure was exactly what he needed. He got in on his second try, as when he tried the first time, there were too many English recruits, due to a new book written by an English legionnaire, Simon May's diary. Him and I go to London every last Saturday in April, not this year due to COVID, and meet other ex-legionnaires for Cameron Day, the anniversary of the Legion's most famous battle. That is some of the most old-school advice that I have ever seen on Reddit. The Legion doesn't care who you are, just don't break their rules. Well, that's interesting. Bizarre, but very interesting. Reddit. Giving you practical life advice that you won't find elsewhere. Probably no need to fake your death. Go somewhere like Taiwan and just don't leave a forwarding address. Most creditors are not going to spend the time to deal with a foreign legal system to find you. I am scared I am never going to be happy. Nothing makes me happy anymore. I know I am wasting my life, but I just don't know how to change it. Honestly, I wish I just didn't exist. I am really not doing too good. My mental health is worse than I let others know. It's terrible. I go into work with my faux happy persona, and everyone asks how are you today, and I must smile and say I am good. Actually, I barely came into work today because I have literally no will to do anything. Existing itself is so hard for me, and people expect me to have motivation last just living. Let someone close to you know. If it's really bad, like thinking about hurting self or others, find someone professional. Life has its ups and downs, and for some downs you need a ladder. I tried that once. Got accused of making things up for attention because if you really were suicidal, you wouldn't be telling us. Came very close to killing myself, but ended up giving up due to lack of resources. Ironic how my depression stopped me from doing the very thing my depression would have caused me to do. That reminds me of the poem Resume by Dorothy Parker. There are obviously a few ways to interpret it, but as someone who's had a similar revelation to you that I am essentially too depressed to kill myself, I read it as someone listing all the reasons that each method listed aren't the right one before deciding it's easier to just keep living. I always keep the poem on hand because, as macabre as it is, it reminds me that as hard as things get, you might as well live, to quote the final line. Yeah, that's exactly what I did, LOL. I know that if I were immortal, I would want to be a pilot. That's how I could live my life the happiest. If I attempt suicide and fail, it would forever basically disqualify me from being a pilot in the Air Force, and I would have to spend time in a mental hospital. So this means I need a plan that's pretty likely to work. Usual options won't work. Taking a bottle of pills has a much lower fatality rate than I would need. Hanging is painful, long, and it requires that I am not found within a few hours of me doing it. I don't have access to a gun and can't buy one legally. I don't have any bridges near me, nor do I have any buildings high enough to do more than break a few bones, thus prolonging my suffering. Basically, suicide is a pain in the ass to plan, and it's honestly easier to just stay alive and suffer. However, I sometimes fantasize about getting mugged by someone, and putting their gun to my head, and begging them to pull the trigger, saying you can have everything in my wallet, and my keys, if you do me the favor of killing me. Thank you. It's bad, but it's a different kind of bad. I am not used to being so shut off from people, which is due to the pandemic. It's hard for me to have things to look forward to because everything is so shaky and unstable right now. Like, why bother making plans for the future, and I always feel like crap anyway. Are you having a hard time calling people? Because I know I do, but every once in a while I force myself to, because I know I feel better even if it's just chit-chat with an old companion or family. Realizing plans is obviously a problem for now, but making them is still valuable. At some point they will become available. I hear that. I have had kind of this overarching sadness through this whole pandemic. Can you meet up with a friend outdoors? Maybe take a socially distanced walk. Also, I live far from my family, and video calls are life right now. This is my issue too. I have nothing to look forward to, and it makes me miserable. Everyone else seems to be doing better than me, but I am just so miserable with everything going on. I have been feeling the same lately. I feel like I am losing motivation. I did that before, not letting others know about my mental health. Don't. It makes it harder than it has to be. See if you have a reliable friend that you can talk to. I am sure they are willing to listen. If not, then DM me, I won't mind. I have had my fair share of hard times in my life. I feel like my best friend is the same way, and I don't force her to talk about things she doesn't want to talk about, but all I can do is let her know I am there. Don't forget, if you want to chat about anything, don't hesitate to DM me. I am there for you. Thank you for your support, it's greatly appreciated. It's hard for me to bring up, most people don't care, and others don't want to really help. I have had bad situations in the past when I brought it up, so I don't feel comfortable doing so anymore. Same here, bud. If it weren't for my wife, I would have got off this ride by now. Do you have anyone you trust to talk to? Even letting someone know like 10% of what is chewing your guts out can really help. You're not alone. I am depressed with anxiety disorder and suffering a lot. I also haven't told anyone how bad it really is. I have a lot of crazy thoughts I never say out loud. I am trying really hard for my kids. They're young, but I hope they understand I am doing everything in my power to make things easier. It won't always be like it is right now. You know, that's how my mom was. I didn't really appreciate it growing up because my parents were divorced and my dad was better off financially, and not strict, making me go to bed at 8 a.m. until I was 15. But looking back on it, I really do see all the sacrifices, and how hard my mom worked to give us a better life than she did. I miss her asking me, "What did you learn at school?" or "How was your day?" I am sure they'll appreciate everything you've done. As either a mother or father or whatever. If you try and show them love and compassion and understanding, they'll appreciate it. Hey, thanks for taking the time to say that. I am a father to 4, including twins. We're coming up after a tough couple of years, almost there. The stress lately is killing me lately. I am doing better in my career than ever, but I do miss the added security of my wife working. She's had to quit to take care of the kids and distance learning during the pandemic. I am in the home the least and exhausted when I am home. Don't feel like I am ever doing enough, but I just really hope as they get older, they understand it's always been for them. That I am busting my ass now, so we can be a little more relaxed later. Hey, not a problem, they may not totally understand at the moment. I know as a kid I didn't really understand what the hell was going on. But I am very grateful for my family. I don't know how old your kids are, but honestly some of my favorite memory with my dad growing up was watching Gold Rush in Alaska. It came on every Friday at like 7, and we'd watch it together for an hour, and got really into it, like to the point of where we had it all planned out. But that's a different story, lol. You can set aside some time every week, or every other week, to spend some time doing something special with them, no matter how dumb it may seem. If you're both happy and enjoying it, that's a special memory they'll always cherish. But you already sound like a good dad, and probably have a great relationship with your kids if you're worrying about this. Geez, this hits too close to home. My dad was a single dad of 5 kids for like 4 years, and he tried. He tried so hard to keep us happy. All we did was trash the house and make the electric bill super high. But I knew he was trying. I even cried one night because I felt so bad that I wasn't doing much, and we weren't in a comfortable position, so my dad was working extra hard. I knew he was working his ass off every day to make us comfortable. I tried helping out sometimes, but I was too young to actually commit to hard work. Just know that they do, maybe not today or tomorrow, but they do know that you're being a good parent. I appreciate you for not giving up, even if you feel like you don't have a choice. Thank you. I am ugly and I am proud of it. Louder. Give Ben an award. So that's what they call it. I never understood this joke, SMH. My boyfriend just told me he has feelings for our friend, and wants to be non-monogamous 1 month after I miscarried. Edit. Thanks to everyone for the support and hugs. To everyone telling me to dump him, I get it. But remember, I am in a vulnerable place, and want support from him more than anyone right now. So much easier said than done. Separate from the boyfriend aspect, please know that miscarriages are a lot more common than people who haven't had one or know someone personally that hasn't had one. No. It's like the world's shittiest fight club, for nonsense reasons like you don't want to scare couples trying to have kids or whatever. The majority of couples I know that have kids have had a miscarriage, so be sure to reach out to anyone you're close to while processing this. 1 in 4 women have a miscarriage. That's not something they openly tell you. Trade the boyfriend in for a less shitty model. 1 in 4 pregnancies. Not just 1 in 4 women even. I believe it's even more common in first pregnancies. We need to be a lot more open about all the risks that come with pregnancy. Lack of information causes a lot of unnecessary shame. So true. I'd never heard of anyone having one until I had my first. I am 2 or 4 for miscarriages, and then I realized just how many people have them. Find someone to talk to about it, you are not alone. I got a therapist the minute it happened. I knew I would need one. Ugh, that sucks. Speaking from experience, if you know a poly relationship isn't something you want, don't let him talk you into just trying it to see how it goes. It will only hurt worse later on. My boyfriend at the time gave it a few weeks, and then finally had to get it off his chest that he didn't want to be around me until I wasn't so sad all the time. I realized he wasn't the one for me, but I didn't want to be alone. It still took me 4 more months before I broke up with him. He didn't get worse than what he said, but I shouldn't have wasted the extra time. Better to start my own healing so I can be ready to open my heart to someone who would be for me. I did end up happy, and it was the best thing I could have done for myself. Concentrate on your own healing. He is your albatross, and will only bring you down. Let go of the weight. He said the same thing to me. You're explaining my whole experience. I am sorry you went through that, but it feels good knowing I am not the only one. I have been trying to focus on my loved ones that take care of me like I do for them. This sort of stuff helps us find our ride or dies, and cut out the ones not in it with us. I'm glad you found healing, and I know I'll get there too. I appreciate you sharing your story with me. Fuck, I am so sorry. I wish I could give you lots of hugs and chocolate right now. You deserve better. Ex-boyfriend. I am finally starting to recall various traumatic incidents from my childhood, which I had repressed for years apparently, and am terrified to start EMDR therapy because I don't want to relive those moments. Edit. Thank you for the encouraging words. I am pleasantly surprised this has received such a response of support and encouragement. I am humbled to welcome the love from strangers. I'm really hoping the therapy translates over webcam, since the therapists in my area aren't offering in-office visits. Without going into too many details, I had a similar experience. I am 22, and about a year and a half ago, I had repressed memories of childhood abuse from as far back as 9 years old dredged up. It's incredibly scary to actually dig through them in therapy, but I will say it gets better, and it has to hurt a little worse before you can start to let go. Sending hugs, and please reach out if you need a listening ear. I have an English exam in under 1 hour that I haven't studied for. Or edit. Wow, I didn't realize so many people care. LOL, my exam went alright, but I had a bit of trouble with one of the papers. Thanks for asking. 3. What is it over? I have to write an essay from one of 5 random questions. It's on visual texts. Then I also have unfamiliar texts, which gives 3 texts that you read and pick apart and stuff. Do you have a prompt you could Google to get examples and an idea of how to start? That's sort of what I would do when I get writer's block for things like that. Once I get an idea of what I need to write, I make it work. I don't think you can study for that kind of test. I remember having something similar for my last English test before quarantine, and the teacher said don't worry about studying. I also had to look at visual text and make inferences in history, and my teacher stressed that we should not study for it. If you are cheating, just say and not gaslight your partner. I was told that it was all in my head, and that I was mentally ill. I was driven to self-harm and nearly committed suicide. Thanks for the gold. I have so been there. Even 4 years later, happy with my new long-term significant other, I feel like the experience of being mentally manipulated in such an insidious way has permanently damaged the trust I once had in my own instincts, and honestly my mental health in general. Hope you're feeling better now. I am feeling incredibly proud of myself. I recently got a pay rise and promotion after 3 years in a new job. Next week I'll be picking up my dream car. It feels like the hard work is paying off. Props to you all for your numerous responses on this thread. Nice to see a post that's not depressing. Last night it occurred to me that I can't remember the last time I felt safe, hopeful or happy. I have lost so much since COVID, and any energy that wasn't spent on grief and anxiety has been spent on frantic efforts to avoid getting sick, and thus risking the very few people or things I have left. And I am so tired and so scared and so hopeless. Hey friend, the world is scary right now. These are very valid feelings. I assume you're in the US, but honestly just about everywhere is scary. We're all in this together. Your feelings are very valid and you're not alone. Thank you. Just that recognition really means a lot. I promises this is a serious reply. Ever since my early teens, I have been in an imaginary relationship with a famous pop star. It's not a continuous one, I make up several different stories. When I have real-life crushes he moves to the background, but I have been unlucky in love so he always comes back. And I am kind of afraid I am a bit crazy. I am in my mid-30s, you'd think I know better. I am just lonely and want to be loved, but my real-life crushes always end in misery, and this imaginary man, who could do so much better, gives me imaginary time and attention. Made a throwaway to share this cause I am really ashamed of it. I do function normally in day-to-day life, apart from this I am really normal. This sounds a lot like maladaptive daydreaming to me. It's something I do too, and it's frustrating. I have read that it's not uncommon for people who had early life trauma as a coping mechanism. You're not crazy. We are social creatures. Loneliness can be crippling. I would talk to a professional who can help you learn new, healthier ways to cope as well as deal with the underlying issues. I'll read up about it. I don't have a childhood trauma as far as I am aware, but I was pretty lonely as a teen, and that wasn't easy, so maybe that plays into it. At the moment it's much better. I know I mentioned begging lonely in my post too, but it's not as bad as it used to be, plus it's just bad right now because of COVID. All the way into my teens, I had an entire story with characters and backstories and everything, but it was all in my head. Every night to help me fall asleep I'd pretend to be these people. Often I'd be the main male character, or I'd be the female love interest. I'd even act out certain scenes in my room. It even helped my boredom in public, if I wanted to apply my story to my situation. I couldn't believe anyone else in the world at my age still played make-believe, so I forced myself to stop. We all just want to be loved. Humans need intimacy from other humans. No shame in this until you find yours. As long as it's healthy, and doesn't trip into stalking I'd say you do you. I feel so lethargic lately when it comes to anything that needs effort. In the pandemic, my old school where I was really happy shut down, and I moved to another school mid-term, so I have like 20 different things to catch up on. I just turn off the mic when in class and space out. I am just letting the schoolwork pile up and waiting for my impending doom. I don't want to disappoint both my parents, but I just feel like shit lately, and comic books and the internet are my only salvation, haha. Edit. Thank you to everyone who's replied to this. I have taken a break from school today, and I am feeling a bit better about this fiasco, haha. I'll try to clear up the work slowly and talk to my teachers and parents. Heavy black heart. I think a lot of people are in this boat. I just finished my last graduate courses over the summer, and that's exactly what I did. Logged in, brought webcam up, and pretended to pay attention while I browsed the web. I literally could not muster the energy to engage in a 2-hour class. And while I used to be able to knock a 10-page paper out in a couple days, it took me weeks to cobble together a half-assed 8-pager. The struggle is real. Chronic stress does a number on our ability to focus, and can make us feel foggy mentally as well as sluggish or fatigued physically. Hopefully your teachers go easy on you. I am sure they're struggling, too. Nobody I ever meet is someone I would consider dating, but I still want the intimacy that comes with dating. On top of that, I fucking hate when people start talking about their sex lives in front of me because I have not been on a date in nearly 2 years, let alone had anything exciting happen. It's that feeling of missing out on a whole slice of life that I don't seem to be able to get hold of. On the bright side, when I am not thinking about this, I couldn't give a fuck. I am in this comment and it scared me. Same here. I don't remember making 3 alt accounts. I feel this. Only ever had one boyfriend I never fell in love with. I'm attracted to a lot of people but next to nobody seems to be a good fit. Friends don't try to set me up because they think I am too good for the people they know. Sometimes a girl just wants to cuddle and do domestic stuff with someone. I feel this deep. Sometimes I just want to have a person to do things with. Yes. Even platonically. I am a big fall person and want to do stuff like carve pumpkins, go to corn mazes, and cuddle up with a hot drink and someone important to me. Someday, hopefully. Ugh, same here. I always feel like people view me with pity because I am the perpetually single person. It's not due to lack of interest on my part, I just do not meet anyone I like, much less someone I would want to be with long term. Wow. I felt this so hard. I think I am arrow or ace and everything you said really speaks to me. I haven't dated in 5 to 6 years, let alone banged anyone. I have learned to not give a fuck. Same. Going on 6, look at us go. I have no idea what I want to do with my life. I am so afraid to go to college and get a job. I am afraid I won't be successful, and I will still love with my mom when I am 23. Maybe it's just anxiety. I am not sure. Edit 1. Live Edit 2. Thank you all for the support. I am considering majoring in engineering or psychology in college. But then again I am still unsure. Edit 3. Holy crap. I want to thank everyone for their kind words and support. I never realized how many people haven't figured life out yet. Thank you all so much. Sounds like you're roughly 16 to 20, so I am going to tell you a secret. There's no such thing as being an adult. You can act like an adult and people treat you like an adult, but there's no magical moment when suddenly everything makes sense, and you understand everything, and you have all of the tools you need to take your place in the world. We're all faking it. Every one of us. We don't know what we're doing. We're faking it, and we're hoping nobody calls us on it. This is absolutely true. I am 37 and a total mess. I have no idea what I am doing. For example, every time I get a tax refund I think, oh my god, it worked. I did it right. Every job I have ever gotten retail, mostly cause I am not really good at much, I have been totally shocked. I have no idea at all what I am doing and am at the age where I now realize my parents had no idea what they were doing either. We are all winging it. Being alive is freaking weird. Let me tell you that the whole get out of your parents' house as soon as possible is an unnecessary social construct that only serves to put pressure on people. Leave at your own time, whether it's at 18 or 30. Thank you, it really does put so much pressure on me. Living with your mom is pretty normal these days, what with house prices. Don't buy one you can't afford. It's not your fault, it's the economy being shit. I have a PhD. If I had it to do over again, I would 100% go to trade school no matter how disappointed my parents might be with that decision. I definitely think I would be happier and healthier had I made those choices. Healthier is very debatable. The trades can or are very rough on the body. It's part of trade work that gets grossly glossed over. It's good work, but it can really break the body over time. Honestly, I remember being right where you were. And that's a perfectly understandable feeling. There's so much pressure to be successful at such a young age and have everything figured out. There's nothing more frightening than the unknown. If you don't know what you want to go to college for, that's okay, no one really does. I am not sure how old you are, but it's okay to feel all of these things. A lot can happen in a year or even 4. You all learn a lot in class, but even more from the people you surround you with that are in the exact same boat as you. Just give it your best try and actually work for it, that way if it doesn't work out you can look back and say you tried. Or say you don't want to go to college, you'd be surprised how many online certifications you can get that certify in an array of things. There's some that are free, and some you have to pay for that can help you get a well-paying job. Just remember, you being successful is your definition of success, nobody else's. I miss her, man. All I could do was watch as she slowly became more and more distant and eventually left after a 2-year relationship. It's been 4 months no contact and a year since the breakup, but it still hurts like hell. Feeling the same thing, man. We'll find someone better suited to us eventually. Light at the end of the tunnel. I miss her too, man. I was with this girl for more than a year, but it was quite a toxic relationship. We gave each other so many second chances, it just didn't work. We sometimes stop talking then come back to each other. It's been months since we've last talked, and even though our toxic relationship has put me through so much pain, I just want to get back with her and make it better so badly. I am in a similar boat. Was engaged to a guy, but he didn't make a good life partner. It was honestly easier in the beginning. The reasons we broke up were pretty clear and obvious, but as time goes on he still invades my thoughts more than I expect. I almost miss him, and it's frustrating. I dislike all the current awards Reddit give out. The front page looks tacky and bad, like a second-grade teacher marked poor work. Now. Holy shit, now my feed looks like ass. The front page, or just even slightly popular posts getting bombarded with trinkets, it just looks fucking stupid and ugly, and with the increase of fucking badges to collect, you have the collectors who will post low-effort spam, or shit posting just to get idiots to stick them with some fucking little award. Hell, you even get free ones now just so people can brigade posts for free now. Gold was okay, it was to help run the servers, then they went from gold to plat or gold or silver, okay sure getting a bit more convoluted but still within a sensible scope. But now Christ it is just awful. The silver and gold medals were fine. Nice even. You felt like you actually affected a random stranger in a way. I think they tried making it more accessible for everyone in all sorts of niche ways, but it just feels cheap and annoying. It's just a glorified upvote. I never liked silver, gold and plat were cool, silver just felt like a waste of money. But my god, so many upvotes, it's not even special when you get one. As always there's the funny man that awards silver for this, very funny haha. Honestly I didn't mind it until they changed the format for on mobile, and they are on the bottom of posts. Now my jimmies are rustled. Yeah, gold used to be a rare achievement to mark a great comment or post. It was you. Wow. You are still with us. Thanks for being such a nice person. As long as you are here, why not like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also you can press the bell icon, so you won't miss any future uploads.